Welcome to Market Recap Live. I am your host, Joseph Martin, and thank God it's Tuesday, guys. And tonight we're taking a look at ticker DG. You might know them better as Dollar General. Dollar General Corporation was founded in 1939 by J.L. Turner and Cal Turner, with the first store opening in Scottsville, Kentucky. Now they're publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange and have a market value over $20 billion. Dollar General is in the consumer staples distribution and retail industry in the consumer staples sector, and they are listed in the S&P 500 index. Some of Dollar General's competitors are Dollar Tree, ticker DLTR, Target Corporation, ticker TGT, and Walmart Incorporated, ticker WMT. We're going to review Dollar General's earnings, their website, and visit the charts to perform a quick technical analysis. Guys, oh guys, we got a situation. Boy, I'm telling you. Now, I checked this before we started this live stream. I promise you I did. Now, it's showing up as issues in this doggone script in different areas. Now it popped up in the different areas. That's why I paused like that. So let me just go ahead and fix this. Boy, Murphy's Law, I tell you. I hope y'all had an awesome day. I got towed up in the market today. My position lost a few thousand, my positions, my portfolio, I should say. Did great on Monday, then turned around and the market snatched it back and then some today. Other than that, I had a productive day, even though it was busy. Got some reading in. So what I'm doing now, I'm just chatting with you guys while I pull up this script to load it in here again. And hopefully this time it won't have any issues. This is so annoying, guys. I don't know what it is with this program. Maybe it need an update or something, but sometimes these words do not show up in this script. So we're going to try this one more time. And I checked it, guys. I checked it. I just didn't read the whole script, because normally it would be missing words like right at the beginning, and then I would know it needed to be reloaded. But this time they got over on me. They're like, oh, he think he got me. We gonna miss some words further down in the script. They got me too. We're doing it that way. So let's do this one more time. And I'm gonna start right from the top, because I'm gonna use chapters. For people to just skip to where they want to start at. So that's how we're gonna do this. Let me double check it. It looked like it's fine. Let me go to the part where it was missing. Consumer statements are listed. Dollar Tree ticker, earnings, website. Yep. Okay, so everything is in there now. Hopefully. So let's go ahead and get this going. So blow this back up. Go here. All right, I'm about to start over. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Welcome to Market Recap Live. I'm your host, Joseph Martin, and thank God, thank God, it is Tuesday, guys. And tonight we're taking a look at ticker DG. You might know them better as Dollar General. Dollar General Corporation was founded in 1939 by J.L. Turner and Cal Turner, with the first store opening in Scottsville, Kentucky. Now they're publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange and have a market value over $20 billion. Dollar General is in the consumer staples distribution and retail industry in the consumer staples sector, and they are listed in the S&P 500 index. Some of Dollar General's competitors are Dollar Tree, ticker DLTR, Target Corporation, ticker TGT, and Walmart Incorporated, ticker WMT. We're going to review Dollar General's earnings, their website, and visit the charts to perform a quick technical analysis. But before we do that, let's do our roll call and tell us where you're tuning in from. We are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. Let's get this chat going. And like I said, tell us where you're tuning in from. Put a YT in the chat if you're tuning in from YouTube, and put an FB in the chat if you're tuning in from Facebook. While you guys are filling up the stream and the chat, here's the mission statement. We are building a community over here for people who want to take control of their financial situation by learning how to unlock the wealth building power of the stock market. And we are streaming Monday through Friday following trading sessions at 11 p.m. Eastern time. The U.S. stock market regular trading hours are 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern time. And there's a link for the New York Stock Exchange calendar down in the description. All right, so let's get to it. Let's get to these earnings. Dollar General, ticker symbol DG, the $23.4 billion company, reported its first quarter fiscal 2026 earnings on Tuesday, June 2nd. They have a 52-week high of $158.23, which took place on February 26th, and a 52-week low of $95.11 that occurred on November 7th, which is a trading range of $63.12. And they closed today at $106.27. Dollar General met market expectations on the top line when they reported revenue of $10.8 billion, but they beat on the bottom line as strong operating margin expansion and inventory markups more than offset severe winter weather and rising fuel costs. EPS was higher than the analysts and market expectations of $1.89 when they reported an adjusted EPS of $2. Dollar General reported a GAAP net income of $444.1 million, which is higher than the $391.9 million net income they reported this same quarter last year. This represents an increase of 13.3%. So for the first fiscal quarter of 2025, their net profit was approximately 11.7% lower than it is compared to now a year later. The earnings were released before the market opened, followed by a 9 a.m. Eastern time conference call. As far as guidance, management raised its full year earnings per share expectations to between $7.20 to $7.45. That 52-week high compared to today's closing of $106.27 represents a decrease of 32.8% over a span of approximately 3 months. So if someone invested $1,000 in February at that 52-week high of $158.23, they would be seeing a loss of $328.38. Okay, we got through it, guys. Now, let's move on. Let's talk about why we visit these company websites. We're looking at the visuals and the text to find answers to these key questions. What goods and or services does the company sell? How important are those goods and services to their customers? What makes this company stand out from the competition? And how well do they take care of their employees? We look for those answers in 4 main areas: the homepage for the goods and or services, about us for purpose, vision, and mission statements, careers for employee benefits and opportunities, and investor relations for SEC filings and stock quotes. And for your convenience, all companies featured in tonight's live stream are down in the description. Now, let's go to Dollar General's website. All right, let me blow this up. And here we go. Yep, we got the ticker up. Boy, I like it when it started to move smooth. I really do. I really do. Hit a bump or two and then get right back on the road. All right, so we are on the homepage of Dollar General. I'm browsing over the top to see if there's anything at the top. So I see careers at the top. So we're definitely going to go to careers. Here we go with the phone. Oh, my goodness gracious. Please forgive me, guys. I'm just going to go ahead and cut this phone off. Let me cut it off. One moment. Power off. Here we go. Please forgive me. All right. Now we're going to roll. We're going to scroll over the homepage. We're definitely going to go to careers. When we're looking at retailers' websites, it's going to try to sell you everything. So this is nothing new. So we're just going to browse over this. Dollar General delivery in under an hour. with $1 ASAP fee. Okay, you got to look into that. Digital coupons and earn cash back with My Dollar General. Free delivery on one My Dollar General order. So they got the sales. Step one. So I guess they're talking about the process here. Okay, and they got some coupons, frozen food, fresh food, soda, chips. Barcode, download the app, put that on your phone, get your coupons and everything. Now, we're down at the bottom of the page. Let me take me off the screen. So we are going to go to Dollar General Careers. We're going to go to About Us, and we're going to go to Investor Relations. Let's start with About Us. All right. There we go. Now, put me back on the screen, and let's see if they zoomed us out. Let's see. No, we're good. So About Us. At Dollar General, our actions are guided by a simple mission, saving others. Tiara Owens is in the building. Thank you, sis. You showed up. Thank God it's Tuesday. Did you see me struggle? Thank you for tuning in. Let's get to it. Let's keep it moving. So Dollar General is proud to be America's neighborhood general store. I don't even know if I read all of this part, so let's do this one more time. About Us. At Dollar General, our actions are guided by a simple mission, serving others. All right, so our mission, our brands. We sell products from some of America's most trusted brands, such as Clorox, Energizer, Procter & Gamble, Hanes, Coca-Cola, Mars, Unilever, Nestle, Kimberly-Clark. We just be reading all day. A lot of stuff, all right? Our model. Dollar General stands for convenience, quality brands, and low prices. All right, so we went over that with the About Us. So let's go to careers so we can see if we can find these benefits. How well do they take care of the employees? And of course, they pull this up on a separate website. So let me bring this over so you guys can see it. Let's blow this up. Bam. All right, get this going. Let's get this going. Make sure we zoomed in. We're good. All right, so here we are on the careers page, and we're going to browse over it, and then we're going to search for the benefits. All right. I'm going to look here real quick. This is corporate culture, early careers. It looks like if I click on that, that's going to take us somewhere. So let's browse over the page, and please let them have the benefits right here on the open where we can find it. Opportunities grow here. You will too. We're one of the fastest growing retail companies in the United States, and it's an exciting time to join our team. Boy, they trying to get them some candidates, boy. Serving others. It's the Dollar General way. Every chance to advance, be the difference, find your opportunity, work where you matter. All right, retail. So these are the different divisions, I want to say. The different divisions, the different, yeah. I think that'll be it. Yeah, the retail. So you can work in that division, distribution, fleet, corporate, early careers. Okay, so learn more, Dollar General by the number. So here are some stats. Employees, traditions, years of serving others. Where are the benefits, boy? Some of these websites make you dig and work for them benefits, boy. Let's see. All right, I think we almost at the bottom. This never even loaded up. What's missing here? Okay, they had a map. So if you wanted to relocate, you wanted to find out where some job opportunities were in specific states, you can use that tool right there. So 48 states across the U.S. I'm assuming that means that they are not in Hawaii and Alaska. That's my assumption. Fact check it. Look it up. All right. A lot of pictures. Here are some recognitions. Some things they've been recognized for, getting some awards. There's a reason we've won awards for our workplace. From our top-notch training and development programs to our mission of serving others, our commitment to our team and community guides everything we do. All right, guys, we done made it all the way here to the bottom. I haven't seen anything about no benefits. But down here, it does say candidate guide using the career page. No, I don't want to do that. Early career, serving others. Culture, maybe it might be under that. Let's click culture and see if we can find benefits here. See if there's any difference. Together, we make a difference. From our beginnings as one small store in Kentucky to our growing locations across the U.S., we have continuously shown up for underserved communities. At Dollar General, we foster an environment where employees and customers feel valued. Okay, our stories inspire. Remember, links to these websites are down in the description for your convenience if you want to dig through this. Because I'm about to tell you, I'm about to give up looking for these benefits, but you can use that website and dig through here and see if you can find them. I tried. Maybe early careers. We can try that. Early careers, search all internship opportunities. No, because it should be under something that's broad. It should be under a broad category where it covers all of the I just said it, divisions, departments. It doesn't matter which one of those it is. They should have the benefits where they break that down, but I don't see it. So let's go ahead and go to investor relations. We spent enough time on this. So close this out. Go back here. All right, investor relations. Can you see that? Yes, you can. So let's go to investor relations. Bring this over. They did it again. Open it up on a separate website. Boy, they making us work. Put this here. Bam. Bam. All right, we're zoomed in. Yes, we are. All right. So we're going to browse over this page. I already see where we need to go. Stock information is right here, but let's browse over this investor relation page. Dollar General Corporation, first quarter 2026 financial results. Company profile, Dollar General Corporation, New York Stock Exchange, DG is Dollar General. Is proud to serve as America's neighborhood general store. Key operating priorities. All right, we're at the bottom of the page. So let's go ahead and go to stock information. Oh man, I remember this because this ain't our first time looking at this website. They still haven't fixed this. So the stock chart and stock information doesn't even come up on the website, guys. So now I'm definitely not surprised we couldn't find the benefit section. So let me take me off the screen so you can see. See, it's telling you it's a stock chart, but ain't nothing here, okay? Investment calculator, do they at least have that? Nope. It looked like part of the website haven't even been completed. So they do show the dividend information, some analyst coverage, but as far as the investment calculator, it's null and void. It is not there. Stock chart, it is not there. Put me back on the screen. Wow, oh wow. All right, so let's move on to go to my research that I found about what I did about the company necessarily found it. But Dollar General does have customers and partners that are listed in the S&P 500 index. Some notable names include the Coca-Cola Company, ticker KO, PepsiCo Incorporated, ticker PEP, and the Procter & Gamble Company, ticker PG. And they have mentioned some of the brands that they carry, and these were those brands, some of those brands that they had mentioned. And these companies are listed in the S&P 500 index. All right, so let's talk about this. Before we look at the charts, remember, professionals trade from a computer, not a mobile device. Mobile trading apps are limited. Traders can lose critical details and advanced platform features when using apps on phones instead of software on computers or websites. So keep in mind, trading from a smartphone is usually the least effective way for managing assets. To access the most details, it's best to use a full trading platform and watch these streams on a computer or TV and only use a phone as a last resort. All right, now let's look at Dollar General on the charts. Bam, here we go. Let's fix this. Disclaimer, did they do that right? Yes, we moving smooth. All right, so we are looking at a 1 year daily chart. Let me take me off the screen for a moment. So we can see the 52-week low of $95.11, the 52-week high of $158.23. And it doesn't look like we have a lot of technicals on this chart. So I'm not sure if we did technicals on this before. No, it doesn't look like it. Well, we did very minimal, so we can put me back on the screen, and we're going to go to the 10-year weekly chart and see what we got here. I got to take me back off the screen. I should have waited a little bit, but here we go. So here's the 10-year low of $65.97. Here's the 10-year high of $262.21. Excuse me. And it does look like we did some technical analysis, but most of it we did over here on the 10-year weekly. So over here, I believe I was pointing out to you guys that this is an uptrend, and this started in 2017, this area right over here. So this dashed white line going to the left is the 2017. This is 2018, 2019, 2020. So that's 3 years of it trending up. And then I saw this as consolidation. Started to kind of trend sideways, broke out to the top, and then bam, sell off in 2023. Recovered a little bit for a pullback, and then it resumed the downtrend in 2024. And in 2025, it started to trend back up. And now it's did another pullback in 2026. That's what I'm seeing when we're looking at the price action on the 10-year weekly chart. So I did draw this area here as a zone of support. I'm going to point out what I'm seeing now. So it was tested here as support. It broke through support like no problem. You can put me back on the screen. We can see that it broke through here, no problem. It was tested as resistance right here. Then it was able to get through that zone. Then it was tested as support. And now it's pulled back again in recent weeks and it's held as support. So those were the technicals that I had did on a 10-year weekly chart, just walking through it again to give you a visual of what's going on. So let's go back to the 1-year daily chart. Yes, I'm just now looking up. Yes, I'm late on the wow. So I don't even know where it was. Let me know what the wow was. So yeah, so it's trading above the 9-day simple moving average. This is the 200-day simple moving average, this dashed white line on the daily chart. And it is trading, it just closed below the 9-day simple moving average, which is this dashed green line today. And this gap, so let's zoom in. We know that the yellow on my charts are gaps, okay? So this gap right here was filled today. Today, we had price action in the regular trading hours that filled the gap that happened back here. So we can actually remove that gap now. All right. So what I'm seeing is this area right here, consolidation. So after consolidating for a few days, since we're looking at daily candles, so this is today. So that's Tuesday, Monday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, then the market was closed on Monday for the holiday. So this will be Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. I'm counting the days to kind of get an idea of what it was. So about 3 weeks, up in here. It's consolidating, and then it broke out to the upside. But as you can see today, it closed just above that consolidation range, guys. So that's a little, you know, it's a little heartbreaking right there. It wasn't a clean breakout to come up here and test this 200-day simple moving average. Also, what I'm seeing is another area where it seemed like it was consolidating, like right here, and then it broke out to the downside. And then it started to consolidate again, which is what I told you about, broke up to the upside, but now it's coming back down to test that consolidation range. That's what I'm seeing as far as the technicals. And then it did a gap fill with this area right here that we removed with the yellow. And then I don't have a company up on the screen anymore. And I'm just talking away. So if somebody peeping here, they don't even know what company we're looking at. So let me put that back on the screen. So we are talking about Dollar General. So I have that on the screen for you guys. So I'm seeing this area right here. I'm going to use this candle, the top of that candle, as resistance, because I'm seeing that it had a hard time with that price level in this range for a while. And then we can see that it was even tested over here as support. It did get below it, and then it got right back above it with these two daily candles right here. So that price level is $116.57. So I'm seeing that area as resistance. And if I draw a zone, you will see that it actually respected it. So let me show you what the zone looks like. So if I use this candles, what candle did I use? I believe I used this wick right here. So this candle, and then we come down to the body of that green candle. And then we're going to extend this over to December 1st, just to get it to go far enough to the right. There we go. And there's our support and resistance zone. So now when we turn that into a zone, we can see that today's high actually tested that zone. So when I right click on it, open up edit properties, we can see what those price levels are. So the low of that zone is $114.90, and the high of that zone is $116.60. All right. That's what I'm seeing there. So that's our resistance zone. So I'm seeing resistance at the 200-day simple moving average right here. I'm seeing it in this zone. So this is a resistance zone. I'm seeing the 9-day simple moving average as resistance because today it closed below it. And then this is a support zone. So those are our technicals. So we can go ahead and move on, guys. We covered that one pretty quick. We can move on. We got some price levels for you and all of that other good stuff. And we can see, I want to show you something. We have, now I know this price level is further up, but I just want you to see what I mean. This is a gap. So we're going to put this back. We're going to put this on the chart. So this should be yellow. We're going to extend this over to December 1st, just so we can get it further down the chart. There we go. So that normal trading hours price action did not happen between those two candles. That hasn't been filled yet. But today, that yellow we removed, that gap was filled. Okay, so we have that. Let's go ahead and open up our floating data box. So I opened up settings. I'm in the general tab. Go ahead and go to floating data box, and we're about to get our stock quote for Dollar General and talk about today's volume. So let me zoom in a little bit so we can mouse over that candle. So Dollar General opened today at $113.25. They had a high of $115. They had a low of $105.55, and they closed today at $106.27, which was a trading range of $9.45. Now, when we look at the trading volume, they traded 9 million shares of this stock today. And since they had earnings, let's double check. I believe the earnings were announced, and we just talked about it at the beginning of the show. Was it announced before the market opened? Yes, it was announced before the market opened. So that means that the regular trading session today reacted to those earnings. That's what I wanted to see. Because looking down here at this volume, it looks pretty high, but we're about to confirm this on the volume label. So let's go over there and check those out. So the average trading volume for Dollar General is 3 million shares in a daily trading session. Today, they did 9. So this is 3 times what they get on average. And then on Monday, so that was yesterday, they traded 7 million shares in the daily trading session, in that trading session for that day. So both of these days are above average, and today was an increase in volume from Monday to today. Okay. So now when we look at the volume rank percentile out of the most recent 252 trading days, only 3 of those days had higher volume than today. And now we're going to look at the percentage. So today's volume was higher than 98.8% of the most recent 252 trading days. Bam, we got it. So now we can move on. We finished with Dollar General, okay? So here we go. It didn't even do anything. Where we at? Let's go. Let's go. All right. So back to the community. I would appreciate it very much if you guys share the stream, hit the like button, subscribe. And if you wish to send a monetary gift to support the content, Cash App and PayPal links are down in the description, as well as the ticker on the screen. All right. Now, let's look at what the S&P 500 index did today by using the SPY ETF. This ETF gives investors an opportunity to participate in the broader U.S. market by allowing them to own a percentage of each company in the S&P 500 index. All right, so let's go back to the charts. And here we go. And we're done with Dollar General, guys. So let's take them off and put the SPY ticker up. There we go. So we're going to go over here to the symbol box, and we're going to type in SPY. There we go. Now we have the SPY pulled up. Let's put up some of our analysis, some of our technical analysis, price levels and all of that. I know that was like, ooh, look at all them drawings. We got it. Now we're going to expand this because I know it looks bunched up, and we're about to break some of this down. We're going to break some of this down. Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. All right, so we're looking at the 1 year daily chart, and we can see that the SPY has made another 52-week high. So yesterday, the 52-week high was $760.28. If you don't know where I'm looking right over here. This right here, $760.40. That was yesterday's high, which was also the 52-week high, and that was overtaken today. Wait a minute, did I tell you the wrong thing? I did. So yesterday it was $760.28. Today is $760.40. So that is the new 52-week high. So we need to change this. Edit properties, and then we can change this to 40 cents. There we go. So that's our new area of resistance. Still seeing $754.69 as the nearest support. It's still trading above the 9-day simple moving average, as well as the 200-day simple moving average, which is the dashed white line. Okay, zoom back in. Man, these price levels are so bunched up. I have to go in here and do it this way, so it'll be clean and easy to see. But there we go. There we go. So those are our technicals, because we do this every day. We pretty much got that done. So we can talk about the ETF quote for this ETF. So go into settings, floating data box. So let's talk about what happened with the SPY today. So the SPY opened today at $757.03. They had a high of $760.40. They had a low of $756.75, and they closed today at $759.57, which was a trading range of $3.65. The trading volume was 31 million shares of this ETF was traded today. And guys, I am actually amazed, and you will see why just in a second. So let me take me off the screen, and we're going to check out my volume labels after I remove this floating data box. All right. Now, the average trading volume for the SPY is 74 million shares in a daily trading session. And today, they only did 31 million. They are trading at record highs on extremely low volume. It's even lower than what it was Monday when it hit that 52-week high. So on Monday, they traded 43 million shares of this ETF in a daily, in that day. I'm talking too fast. They traded 43 million shares in yesterday's daily session, trading session, this candle right here. Now they hit a new high, and they're trading on 12 million shares less were traded today as they hit this new high. It's crazy. It's hitting these record highs on low volume. So how low is it? Let's talk about it. So once they put me back on the screen, there we go. So out of the most recent 252 trading days, guys, only one of those days had lower volume than today. And that's what brings us to the volume rank percentile being 0.4%. So out of the most recent 252 trading days, today's volume was only higher than 0.4% of those trading sessions, of those days. That's crazy. All right, so we covered the SPY. We moving smooth, guys. We can move on. Man, I'm loving it tonight. We might be done early tonight. What just popped up on my screen? I don't know. Let's move it. Let's keep it going. Here we go. All right. Now, let's look at the S&P 500 biggest gainer and biggest loser of the day. But first, we're going to look at the loser. Excuse me. So we can end the night on a high note. Now, normally we call it the biggest winner, but I'm switching it up. It's no winners, but there are gainers. So I wanted to change the terminology of how we do this. So the biggest gainer and the biggest loser. We're not saying winners no more. We're going to switch it up. All right. So now let's go back to the charts. Here we go. And we're no longer looking at the SPY. We're about to move on from the SPY. So let's go over here to the watch list tab. And we have the S&P 500 companies pulled up. This is the watch list for them. And we can see that the biggest loser for today is ticker TTR. the Trade Desk Incorporated. They lost 9.13% today. The previous close was $23.22, and they closed today at $21.10. So let's pull up a calculator so we can do a hypothetical. So let's say somebody invested $900 and they got that 9.13% loss. So we multiply this 9.13, we negate it, hit percentage, turn into a decimal, hit equal. They would have lost $82.17 of their $900 investment. If we add the $900 principal back to it, it will tell us how much they would have left. So they would have $817.83 left of their initial investment. All right, got it. So we can move on. Let's go to the Analyze tab. And they don't have it selected. Wait a minute, what happened? We got trade. Oh, I see. We got to link it. So now that we have it linked, we select it, go to Analyze. There we go. So the ticker TTD, Trade Desk, they are in the communication services sector. So what we're going to do, we're going to go over there and check that sector. We're going to check that industry. We want to see how its peers performed and competitors performed today. So let's go over to the Market Watch tab. Then we're going to go over to the Visualize sub tab. We already have the heat map pulled up for the S&P 500, but we're going to go into the communication services sector. Let's just double check. Yep, communication services, go back, communication services. Now, we are looking for the Trade Desk. They down here in the corner. You see that all the way down there in the corner. So it looks like that's media, guys. That's the media industry. So let's break this sector open. Media industry, they all did bad. the whole media, oh my gosh, I'm choking. The whole media industry suffered today. But the worst sufferer was the Trade Desk. So let's see what sub industry they're in. It looks like they're in advertising. So they're in the advertising sub industry. So we're in the communication services sector, we're in the media industry, and we're in the advertising sub industry. And we can see how this whole industry performed bad today. So we can move on. Let's go back and Analyze. Take me off the screen. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. Take me off the screen. What's happening? Take me off. All right. So here's their website. Links to their website is also down in the description for your convenience. Let's read a little bit about the company. The Trade Desk Incorporated operates as a technology company in the United States and internationally. The company creates, manages, and optimizes digital advertising campaigns across ad formats, channels, and devices, including CTV and other video, display, audio, and native on a multitude of devices such as televisions, streaming devices, mobile devices, computers, and digital out-of-home devices. Boy, I thought that sentence was never gonna end. Let's go ahead and go to their website. Put me back on the screen. All right, man, moving a little slow, man. I'm like, what's going on? Did I click the button? Put their ticker back up. All right, update the disclaimer. There we go. All right, so we're on their website. And we're going to browse over the homepage. Remember, we're going to look for About Us, Careers, and Investor Relations. So here's company. So we see that at the top. Look at there, look at there, look at there. Careers and investors. And it looks like that takes us to a different website, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So we see that that's at the top. They also have it right here, Careers and Investors. We're going to browse over the page, and we might find About Us down at the bottom or on the home page. So let's browse over it. An objectively better way to advertise. Our advertising platform helps the advertisers find new audiences and grow their brands with cutting-edge technology and access to the world's best content. Smarter marketing starts here. Reach more people across more channels. I'm scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. I stuck right there the way the website is designed. All from one platform. And measure results both online and in store with a marketplace of objective measurement partners. Got it. Let's get started. Okay. Read all about it. So they're talking about the financials. This is some ready to take your digital act. You signing up. What's that? Like email, reach out to us and find the right. Contact sales or whatever. Trade Desk. All right. We're down at the bottom. Take me off the screen. And now we're going to see what we got over here. I don't see About Us, guys. So I'm thinking that the home page should wrap it up for you. They're like, yeah, if you don't get what we do from here, then we can't help you. That's what we said. So let's go ahead and go to careers. And like I said, they took us to a whole nother website. So let me put me back on the screen so you can see me work. I just pushed out. Oh, I know you can see it. I know you can see it. All right. So let me bring this website over. Here we go. I don't see it. Let me try this one more time. Put me on the screen. There we go. All right. So we're going to blow this up. Zoom in. We're on the careers. Thank you guys for hanging in there and tuning in with me tonight. I really would appreciate it. And if you could hit that like button and subscribe, I would appreciate it even more. I really would. So here we go. We are on the careers page and we are looking for the benefits. So let's browse over the website and then we'll get to clicking and digging. All right. The future of the open internet starts with you. All right. What do we do at the trade desk? We're building a better, more open internet that inspires business growth while helping people discover products that enrich their lives. They want you to buy stuff, guys. They promotion, ads, marketing. They put stuff in front of you. They want you to get you to buy stuff. Why come to work at the trade desk? The principles that guide our growth, making an impact, entrepreneurial spirit, commitment to growth, learn more about our teams, a more rewarding life at work and at home, learn more. So here they are telling you about different jobs and opportunities they have across the globe. Now they have something that says about us. Ain't that something? Now that we dug into the about the career section. So let me show you this right here. Now they got something that says about us. Ain't that something? So let's click around and then I'm gonna come back to that and see if it tells us anything different. So I'm gonna put me back on the screen. And now we're gonna look around here, inclusion and belonging. Will this show anything about benefits? Don't take forever to load up. Our culture, so they talk about the culture, we found that. And remember, links to these websites are down in the description for your convenience. Our industry, global conference, nope, I didn't see nothing about benefits. Let's click something else, life here. I think life here might have the benefits. Load up, come on y'all. Where passion meets purpose, our values, vision. Oh yeah, they breaking all that stuff now. Grit, we get it done. Agility. You got a lot of stuff to dig through. You use those websites, guys. You can browse through this and read. There we go. We found it. Benefits. Premium perks for premium talent. Our people are our top priority. That's why we strive to offer amazing and comprehensive employee benefits, from paid medical coverage to catered lunches to incredible out-of-office experiences. What a thing. All right. Look at this list. Okay, guys, knock yourselves out. There's a lot of stuff to dig through. They really let you know about the benefits. So now that we found that, it ain't hard to find. Now, let me take me off the screen. We go over here to About Us. Let's see if this is anything different or unique that we haven't seen. It look a little different. Put me back on the screen. Look a little different because advertising matters. Relevant advertising powers the digital world, and we help power relevant advertising. It's about more than just clicks. That's why we created an independent media buying platform. All right, our mission. So yeah, it just goes in. It has its own page. It looks like it's repeating some of the stuff that we've already read over before. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. Now let's go to the investors page. Take me off the screen so you can see where I'm clicking. Right over here, investors. And of course, they will open this up on a different screen. So let me bring this over so you can see it. And blow that up. Do this. Put me back. There we go. All right, blow this up. Bam. Zoom in. Oh, we already good. All right, so we're on the investor relations page. I can see we're going to go to stock info, stock quote and chart in one moment. We're just going to browse over the page real quick. So we can see they trade on the NASDAQ. There's the ticker symbol and the closing price for today. We browsed over the page. Bam, good. Stock info, stock quote and chart. Here we go. Stock chart, stock quote, historical stock quote, and some investor tools. We done. Now we can move on to this and talk about some of the things I found with my research with this company. Okay, so the Trade Desk Incorporated, ticker TTD, when it comes to their goods and services, here it's a mouthful. Okay, They provide an independent cloud-based demand-side platform for digital advertising, offering solutions such as a fully automated self-service bidding marketplace that lets media buyers deploy data-driven programmatic campaigns across the open internet, connecting television and digital streaming audio. Whew. Advertising target modeling frameworks powered by artificial intelligence engines to optimize media spends, cross-channel budget balancing, and real-time conversation monitoring. Sounds like they spying on people. If I slow that down, it sounds like saying audio monitoring. They listen to what people saying. An enterprise application program interfaces alongside custom data management systems built to integrate retail network marketplaces and transparent performance attribution models. All right. And looking at their S&P 500 customers and partners, notable names include Amazon.com Incorporated, ticker AMZN, S&P Global Incorporated, ticker symbol SPGI, and Morgan Stanley, ticker symbol MS. All right. That's what I found in my research. Now let's go to the Thinkorswim chart. Go here, go here, go here, go here. All right, we got the charts pulled back up. We need to put this up here about, Charles Schwab. Now, we are looking at a 1 year daily chart. We can see that their 52-week high is $91.45, and their 52-week low is $19.74. So Trade Desk looks like it's been consolidating for a minute. So let me show you what I mean. This area right here, this is a range. So it looks like it's been trading between $20 and $24.50 for about a month and a half, 2 months and a half. Just eyeballing it, that's what I'm seeing. Almost 3 months. It's been consolidating. So it's either going to break to the upside when it comes out this range, or it's going to break to the downside. But I'm seeing it's a little under 3 months of consolidation. That's what I'm seeing from the technical analysis. As far as gaps, looks like it was a gap here, and these wicks may have filled it. Okay. And I already have some technicals on here because I was actually looking at this. I'm actually looking at this company. I'm keeping an eye on it. So I already have some technicals on the chart, and we featured it. We featured it on the stream a few times. All right. So we really don't need to do no technicals, but we can browse over here at the 10-year weekly chart so you can get an idea of what's going on. Once upon a time, this company was trading at $141.53. And that was in 2024. And now it's trading around $20. Okay. Huge price decline. So what is the price decline? Matter of fact, let's expand this over and see what we can do compared to where it is. So let's use this trend line tool, click to that high, bam, and I'm going to go to today's candle. Of course, it will be up there, wouldn't it? So let me change, go to edit properties, and I'm going to put that in the middle. The data box will show up in the middle of the trend line now. So over a matter of 546 days, that's at 80 from that 50. This is 10-year high. From this 10-year high of $141.53 to today's trading activity. I don't know if it clicked to the close or the low, but that's an 85.16% drop from that 10-year high. That's crazy. All right, so let's go back to the 1 year daily chart. Excuse me. Look how small these candles are from these crazy gaps on here. So we're going to zoom in and let's focus on today's price action. I'm just moving the charts around so we can get a cleaner look at it. So we can definitely see that today's price action is trading below the 200-day simple moving average, and it closed below the 9-day simple moving average. And this trend line that we just had put here, we can remove that. So I have some support levels drew on this chart. It's 3 of them. Wow. So $21.01, $20.90, and $20.79. That's a lot going on. I can't even tell you why I have all of those there. That should be a zone, if anything. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove these. because we don't need all of those. Now, when we look at what happened over here, I'm going to say this is a support zone as well. So let me show you how we're going to do this. We're going to use this low of $19.74 that you can't see because I'm on the screen. So let me take me off the screen. Did it do it? Yes. So we're going to connect this 52-week low to the body of this candle. No, I wanted to catch. Yeah, this one. So the low of this candle right here. Now I'm going to extend it. So I'm going to extend it a little bit to the left. Let's go back a couple months. Let's go January 1st. Then we're going to extend this over to December 1st. All right, there we go. Now, okay, there's our support zone. So the reason why I wanted to do this, because we can see that these candles respected this as support. These candles as well. Not this one. It didn't actually come down to it, but these three candles did. This candle here, this one here, and this one here. All right. So that's what I'm seeing as this zone being support. And if you want to see the actual price levels, we will put another price level there so you can see it. So what I'll do, let's do this, go here. We can put me back on the screen in a second as well. That's going to be the top of that zone. So $20.22, and the low of that zone is $19.74. Put me back on the screen. So that's what we have there. Oh my gosh, the camera went out, guys. Oh, my camera overheated. I forgot to cut the fan on my camera. So give me a second. I got another camera we can use. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, this is interesting. First time for everything, huh? Let's switch this camera. So it's gonna be this one. Here we go. Boy, it pays to have a plan. So I didn't cut the fan on my camera that's in my prompter. So that camera in my prompter overheats if I don't have a fan on. So I forgot to cut that fan on, and that camera cut off on me. So luckily I got an extra camera and we can still keep this show going. Boy, you got to have a contingency plan for everything. And that was kind of easy because I practiced on using the program. So I knew how to switch the cameras out. Boy, it pays to practice. I'm trying to tell you. All right, so let's do our stock quote for the trade desk. Okay, so let's go to settings. Now we're going to go to the floating data box. Mouse over today is price action. So the trade desk opened today at $22.53. They had a high of $22.60. They had a low of $21, and they closed today at $21.10, which is a trading range of $1.60. Now their trading volume, they traded 21 million shares of this stock today. It was 21.9 million. It was just shy of 22 million shares of this stock today. So now let's cut this floating data box off. And we're going to go over here to my volume labels. Take me off the screen. Here we go. Now, the average trading volume for trading desk is 15 million. We're going to round this up because it's 15.9. So 16 million shares in a daily trading session. That's what they do on average. Today, they did 21.9 million. And then on Monday, they did 22.9 million. So the volume decreased by 1 million. That's what I'm seeing here, but it's still trading above average. So the volume decreased a little bit as the stock went down over here from this green candle. So it opened just above that price level of $22.51 today, and it closed well below this area of support at $21.83. And I don't have a support level there, but you can see that these wicks, let me put a line there so you can see what I'm talking about. Let's take those off, go here. We can put me back on the screen. If I was to put a price level here, we can see that it's a few candles that are responding to that price level as well, that $21. And $21 is a round number. I'm looking at the wrong. $21 is a round number. So with that being a round number in technical analysis, it's a psychological thing where people respond to numbers like that, okay? Let's finish wrapping up about this volume. So out of the most recent 252 trading days, only 38 of those days had higher volume than today. I keep looking at the wrong camera. So when we're looking at the volume rank percentile, today's volume was higher than 84.9% of the most recent 252 trading days. So that's what we have going on with the volume. And hopefully, when this camera cool down, it'll boot back up. I need to figure out if there's a way for me to cut off this camera and give it time to cool off, guys. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm about to take me off the screen so I can see if I can do this, okay? One moment. One moment. All right, you can still hear me. Let me put this stuff back. So put me back on the screen. So what I'm gonna do before we wrap the show up, I'm gonna cut the camera back on and see if it's cool. I got the fan on it now and you guys can hear me. So all that's good. I know this dragging because this camera is a little sharper than the other one. Okay, but let's go ahead and move on. So let's go to the watch list. Go to quotes. And now we're going to look at the biggest gainer for today. So the biggest gainer for today is ticker HPE, Hewlett Packard Enterprise Company. Guys, they've been killing it the last couple of days. They've been killing it with the gains they've been getting. So the previous close was $47. And today they closed at $56.15. And they went up 19.47% today. Ooh wee. So let's do another hypothetical. We're going to use some bigger numbers, guys. Let's say somebody invested $4,500. $4,500. And they got that 19.47% gain. We're going to hit that percentage, hit equal. They would have gained $876.15 on top of their $4,500 investment, which was the principal. So we add that back to it, 4,500. Total investment would have grown to $5,376.15. All right, now let's go over here to the Analyze tab. And HPE is in the information technology sector. So let's go over to Market Watch, go to Visualize, and we're going to peek and see how that sector actually performed today. So that's going to be right here, information technology. So now we're peeking around. We are looking for HPE. Bam, right there. You see it? HPE right there. All right. So they look like they are in the technology, hardware, and storage peripherals. So let's see if we can break that down. Open up the information technology sector. Take me off the screen. Now we're going to look. We said technology, hardware, storage, HPE. Yep, that's where they are. Technology, hardware, storage, and peripherals. That is the industry that they are in. And it looks kind of mixed because only these companies, what's that? NetApp Incorporated, HPQ, SanDisk, and Dell, those were the ones that were red today. So it looked kind of balanced. It looked kind of mixed. All right. So let's go back to the Analyze tab. Here's their website. Links to their website are also down in the description. And we've been looking at Hewlett Packard for the last couple of days. So let's read a little bit of the description. Hewlett Packard Enterprise Company, together with its subsidiaries, develops intelligent solutions in the United States, the Americas, Europe, the Middle East, Africa, the Asia Pacific, Japan, and internationally. All right, I'm done. Let's go ahead and go to their website. Let's put me back on the screen. We're going to wrap this up, guys. I'm going to speed this up a little bit because, like I said, we've been covering, they've been the biggest winner, and we covered them as the earnings because they just had earnings not too long ago. So we're going to browse over this main page on the website. I'm looking at the top. So we have the company information here. So here's the About Us, awards and recognition, careers. Do I see investor relations up there? I might be overlooking and I don't think I see it. So our company, who we are. So we're going to look there. We're going to look at careers. We're going to skip over awards and recognition, but we're going to look for investor relations. I think that's down at the bottom. So let's just browse over the website. We're going to move faster. If you want to look at this on your own time, go ahead and click the link down in the description. Got the websites down there for your convenience. Also, like I said, we've been covering them for the last couple of days, so you can watch those other live streams if you want to go through the website with me a little bit slower, okay? But I want to speed this show up because it's almost 12 and I want to start trying to get these live streams done on time. Man, that was resolved fast. Oh, the camera? Yeah, thank you. Oh no, it was getting good. Yeah, yep. I told you we got to practice. We got to practice for when things go bad. Got to be ready. Yep, I have all my cameras loaded up and ready to go. It's just that this program only allows me to use, I think I can use more than one camera at a time, but I got the standby ready. I just need to switch it over. So yeah, let me put them back on the screen. I wasn't looking up. You know, Facebook don't give me, I'm looking over here. You know, Facebook don't give me the alert. So that's why I didn't see you left a comment. Let me put them back on the screen. There we go. So yeah, network and software commute. So we're down at the bottom, company, about eight. Okay, so we're going to go to about HPE. We're going to go to careers and we're going to go to investor relations. That's everything we need. All right, about HPE. Going to browse over it. Not going to do a lot of reading. Just gonna browse over it. They got videos here for you, links down in the description. Here's some stats for you. Those are the founders, I believe. Explore more. We down at the bottom. Good. Now let's go to careers and let's try to hunt down these benefits. Look at the top, careers, sales, Those are the different divisions. You probably can't see it. Culture, search jobs, browse over the page, click on the page so that'll go away. All right. So I'm browsing through it looking for, here we go, benefits and wellness. Got it. So learn more. Now, benefits and wellness. You can expect a broad range of benefits, including, you can read all that on your own time. I didn't keep telling you. We just trying to move through it. All right. Now, investors relations is not on this one. So let's go back. Let's go back one more time. Investor relations. Bada boom, bada bing. There we go. So now we're on investor relations. We're going to browse over this page. I keep looking over here. We're going to browse over this page. All right, we're done. Let's go up to the top. Stock. Bam. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's very vague. I remember now. HP didn't have all of the other stuff. I remember. They didn't have I don't think they had a chart. Yep, the chart didn't come up. It's very bland over here. They pay dividends and all of that. All right. Now let's talk about what I found in my research. And then we can go to the charts. And we are not on. So this is going to look crazy because I'm looking over here at the prompter. Okay. So keep that in mind. Hewlett Packard Enterprise company, ticker HPE. When it comes to their goods and services, they provide global technology and cloud solutions, offering solutions such as hybrid and edge to cloud infrastructure configurations featuring modular compute servers, enterprise storage architectures, and animated data network and hardware. I don't know that much about computers. I have to look into it. I'm just giving you what I got. Intelligently managed software ecosystem spanning custom supercomputing resources, centralized data analytics tools, and optimized artificial intelligence deployment suites, and comprehensive corporate lifecycle support consisting of professional consulting expertise systems, migration systems, and equipment financial management platforms. I know that was a mouthful. And looking at their S&P 500 customers and partners, notable names include NVIDIA Corporation, ticker NVDA, Microsoft Corporation, ticker MSFT, and Intel Corporation, ticker INTC. All right, now let's go to the charts. Here we go. Bada boom, bada bing. Now, charts. Ooh, wee. Ooh, let me take me off the screen. Oh, we got to talk about it. All right, now. 52-week low, $17.02. 52-week high, $64.25, guys. Now, we use historical price data to get this price resistance right here. And it came close to it. So let me show you where we found that at. Ooh, you can't even see it. It's not over here. So let me tell you where this price is at. Because now you look like it's floating in midair. This bubble is kind of covering this up. This is inside. Let me put me back on the screen because I'm excited. There's some teaching moment right here. This price level, $65.49. That happened in the extended trading hours. So if we go over to the 5-day intraday chart, we can find that price level. So this gray shaded area is the extended hours. So when I zoom out, we can see it right over here. So yesterday after hours, yesterday after hours, that's when it hit that high of $65.49. That's when it hit it. So the extended hours price data doesn't show up in the weekly candles and the daily candles. That's why we don't see the candle, that red candle, reach that price level all the way. So the actual 52-week high right now is the $64.25, which happened today. But if you were aware of what happened, are we looking at a weekly? No, we're looking at a 1-year daily chart. So this is today. This big red candle is today. But that price level that we saw, that's when they jumped up after the earnings announcement, because they announced their earnings after hours yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so they announced it at 4. So today they were responding to those earnings, and that's why they had an increase in volume. And then we can also see that they had a gap. So let's put our yellow there. We're going to wrap up in a minute, guys. Please stay with me. We're about to wrap it up. So we have this gap here. We're going to extend this over to December 1st. Here we go. Bam. So there's our gap. So this is from Monday to today, Tuesday. Yesterday's high, today's low. So it opened here at the top of the body on the candle, and it closed right here on the body of the candle. And we're going to talk about the stock quote before we wrap up. Just breaking down these technicals right quick. So the support would be this gap zone. And the top of that zone is going to be the low of that candle. So I'll put it right there. Bam. $53.43. The low of that zone is $47.97. Far as support and resistance, the resistance I'm seeing is $65.49 because of what happened extended hours. Support is going to be this zone, which is also a gap, and then this zone, which is also a gap. And we can see that today's price is still trading above the 9-day simple moving average and the 200-day simple moving average. So let's go ahead and talk about the trading volume. So take me off the screen now. The regular trading volume for this stock, regular trading volume in a daily trading session is 23 million shares. That's what they do on average. Today, they did 153 million shares traded in today's session. Okay, so let's break that down. 153,000,000. So that's 153 million. We're going to divide that by the average. So that's 23,000,000. So that's 6.6 times more, not times more, 6.6 times what they usually get. That's what the volume was today alone. 6.6 times what they usually get. So yesterday they had did 115 million. So we divide that by the average, 23, 123, 123. And yesterday was 5 times compared to what they usually get. So we saw a dramatic increase in volume, and they went nuts, gapped up today, sold off once it reached that crazy high. But still, volume went nuts. Now let's talk about it. Put me back on the screen. When we look at the volume, looking at the volume rank percentile, out of the most recent 252 trading days, none of those days, all right, not one, had higher volume than today. So that means, of course, our volume rank percentile is going to be 100%. Today's volume was higher than all of those 252 trading days, all right? Now I'm about to see if this other camera has cooled off, so we can switch back over that to the prompter to do the closing. So give me 1 second. I'm about to take me off the screen. Let's see if we can get this going. Put me back on the screen. Here we go. All right, I'm back on the screen. Let me see if I can switch this camera. It does look like it's on, so give me a second. Bam! We back in business. Now we can go back here and we can wrap the show up, guys. That boy good. That boy good. All right. You already know. I hope that you learned something, and I hope that you earned something. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. This Sunday, June 7th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm reviewing comments and responding to chats, as well as performing a live Q&A so we can focus on building our community and answering you guys' questions. And make sure you keep tuning in weekdays following a market trading session at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Take care and God bless.